Hi everyone, I'm Titus Livius, and I'm going to talk to you about why Rome is important. And you're probably thinking, I don't care about Rome. If you're an American, you're like, Rome? You probably had to learn about it a little bit. If you're in Europe, you probably know more. Anyway, I digress. It's not your fault. Don't worry, they don't teach it that much, at least here. Rome is small. Rome is one city. But Rome used to have a republic and an empire, and those were big. Take a look at a map. This is the Earth. The Earth is a tiny blue speck in vast nothingness, but it's the only place we know to have life. This map is flipped, I know, but I just am using it for size comparisons. So you see how massive the Americas are over yonder, right? See how big Africa is? Well, you see how comparatively small this Mediterranean region is. Well, in this boot that protrudes is Italy. And on that boot is a tiny city. That tiny city once was the seat of power for that whole region, and eventually was the most dominant power arguably in the world. Now, you're wondering, cool, was, I don't care. I know that you're probably thinking that, but hold on. We, as that meaning Americans, we based our whole government on the Roman system. Whereas Rome had a Senate and the People's Assembly, America adopted a Senate and a House of Representatives. Britain's Parliament has a House of Commons to be like the House of Reps equivalent, and then a House of Lords to be like the Senate equivalent. There's connections here. They're obvious connections, and we see that Rome may not be the best, and in fact, Rome isn't the best. In some ways it is, in some ways it isn't. It's a lot like the modern-day United States. Is it the best place? No, but does it hold a lot of influence right now? Yeah. Well, Rome did, and the reverberations of Rome's decisions are felt throughout all of history. There's a Friedrich Nietzsche quote, German philosopher, and in essence, he said that time is infinite. Time is never ending. However, the amount of events that can occur are finite. So by definition, everything that has happened or will happen has already happened or will happen again. Pretty trippy. Get your mind around that. Things Rome did are the same mistakes today. I know plenty of people who, if they find out someone's a Trump supporter, they'll be like, ew, I don't want to talk to them. And I know plenty of people who do support Trump, who think the same of people who don't support Trump. In the UK, there were arguments about people who did and did not support Brexit. In other nations throughout the world, we see the same issues develop. People in Ukraine who are pro or anti-Russia, the list goes on and on and on. The point is, the themes of ancient Rome are ones that we feel in our modern world today. This little city, on a blue speck, in an infinite span of nothingness, has determined what that blue speck does and how it views itself. There's reason that republics are the most common form of government today, and why they're relied upon by so many nations. That's because of what Rome did. From Rome's mistakes and from Rome's successes and Rome's glory, we've learned. Is everything ideal today? No. Rome was flawed. We're flawed. Humans, by definition, are flawed, and no society will ever be perfect. An example, just as everybody thinks JFK is going to get some good stuff done, he gets shot in the middle of an audience. A huge parade, November 22nd, 63. Just as people thought Julius Caesar was going to do a ton of good for the poor, he was stabbed 23 times by the Senate. There's clear connections between populist leaders, how we view polarization, and so on and so forth. We even structure our militaries based on the Roman model, the way that we train people and drill people. We have fasces in our Senate, these big bundles of sticks with an axe in them that Roman senators used to have people carry around them, not only for protection, but as a symbol of the power of the people and the Senate. We have those massive monuments of them, inscriptions and engravings of them, in our Senate House, in our American Senate House today, because of the impact Rome had. Our founding fathers all studied Roman history, and they even called George Washington Cincinnatus, the name of a famous Roman, who would eventually rename the city Cincinnati after that. The connections are limitless, and I could delve into them more, but I hope you know that Rome is why we have states that say people should have drinkable water and food for the poor. Rome is why we say the Senate should have more power. No, the people should have more power. We see those splits because of what Rome did, and they are felt today. And I hope that you all understand that, and I hope that through historical anecdotes, through stories, through explanations, you can see the ties to today, and you can see the magnanimous nature of this ancient society and how it pertains to us today. I hope you like this little 5-minute weird, ranty, rambly kind of thing. This was originally 12 minutes and it was way too much. I'm going to try and talk about the context of Rome after this, how they function, what sort of government they use, and a little bit more about their relevance. But that's the general rundown. I hope you all appreciated this for what it is. Go like this video if you like. Subscribe if you think this will get better. Thanks.